question is, in your case, where is the white student union? Because we need all races equality.
You don't need a white student union, Jake. Ooh. You get everything.
If your parent wants to talk to me about their profession and their opinion on their profession, I would love to hear that. I know very little about anything else in the world other than education, okay? However, if your parent wants to come talk to me about how I'm not doing a good enough job in distance learning based on what you need as an individual, just dare them to come at me. Because I'm so sick to my stomach of parents trying to tell educators how to do their job. I have never once gone to a doctor's appointment and tried to tell my medical health provider how to treat me. You know why? Because I know nothing about that. I didn't get my degree in medicine.
And we are back. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you're all having an amazing day. Today's video, we're going to take a look at some of the finest teachers and educators in this country. Clearly, that was a joke. All right, so the first video clip you guys just saw was a teacher in California mocking and berating a student about his white privilege and a bunch of other nonsense. So let me just give you guys a quick rundown of why I decided to make this video. Last night, I saw a video clip of some body cam footage of a police officer in California, pulled a woman over, was being super polite to her, not out of line in any way. This woman started saying the most vile, hatred, disgusting things to this officer, berating him, degrading him. And in the middle of her tirade, she spits out that she's a teacher. So when I heard that, all of a sudden I get this flashback of all these things in the past year, all these videos and stories that I've seen of teachers that are teaching our children that say the most insane things, that have the most bizarre behaviors. I said, well, let's put it all together and see how it looks. So I've got some video in that video clip I was just telling you about the police officer pulling the woman over. I'm going to show you guys that at the end. So you'll be able to see that. You're not going to believe it. It's insane. But we're going to take a little walk down memory lane and check out some other stories leading up to the one I saw last night. Before we jump into it, guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, become a part of the greatest community on the YouTubes. Leave me a thumbs up if you liked the video, and let me know in the comments what you guys think of this insanity. Just real quick, things have changed a lot since I was in school. I went to school in the 80s. I graduated early, mid-90s from high school, and we were taught things like biology and science. Clearly, those don't exist anymore. Math, algebra. Well, math now they say is racist, so they can't teach that. And also, in some instances, 2 + 2 = 5, according to these wokeristas. Physical education, nope. Health class, nope. I don't know what. It seems to me all these teachers are interested in is social justice social justice issues, critical race theory, the 1619 Project, which is pretty much critical race theory, how to become an activist, and that's it. So let's take a look at this story. Let's take a little walk back to last year. Bend, Oregon, this teacher was driving through a protest. It had something to do with the election, I think, and masks and lockdowns. She didn't happen to agree with the protesters, so this was her reaction. You can hear her yelling, "I'm a effing teacher. I work in school." Now, I just start the video a little later because in the very first part of it, she says, "You effing off yourself" to somebody. So she's clearly out of her mind. You can see she's so hysterical that her windshield wipers go off out of the blue because she's flailing everywhere. Let's continue. That's another very bizarre thing about these videos is in the middle of an insane freak out rant or in the middle of some bizarre video like this, these people feel the need to let the world, everyone on social media, everyone watching know that they're school teachers and don't think that they'll get any blowback from that. Let's see what this one has to say. Gee.
White privilege. Think about it. Whose flesh tone is this? I have brown Band-Aids in my classroom. I had to special order them. They're twice as much as these, and they're hard to find, and they're frequently out of stock. But when I hand a brown child a white Band-Aid, I am literally adding insult to injury, and I refuse to do that in my classroom.
I'm Michael Jordan. Stop it. Get some help.
That's so bizarre. All right, so I made a video about this story a while back. I'm just going to cover this very quick. Not going to read the story or anything. So the title says, a Columbia professor who uses heroin says the drug helps him maintain a work-life balance and should be legal for everyone. So this is insane. Columbia is a very expensive college. So you have parents paying thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to send their kids to college. So this guy who uses heroin on a regular basis, like I said, I did a video on this, not only heroin, he does cocaine, he does Molly, ecstasy, and he smokes weed. I don't care about that. And listen, someone in recovering from drugs, this stuff, there's no way to maintain any kind of life balance doing. And the worst thing about it, bath salts. This guy said he's used bath salts on different occasions before too. So there's no work-life, there's no any kind of balance when you're using heroin and bath salts. This, I could not believe when like I said, I made a video about it. It blew my mind. Once again, moving right along. Once again, we're not going to dive too deep into this. Another bizarre story. Teacher fired after principal discovers her secret OnlyFans with students. So it says, Esme Rose, 23, a former Covington Catholic high school math teacher, was abruptly let go from her job in 2020 after video surfaced on OnlyFans with a former student. Now, I didn't read the story, but I'm pretty sure that the student was now an adult. I'm pretty sure. Moving right along. Okay, this next clip, I made a video that had this in it a few days ago about some crazy news stories that were out at the time. So I'm just going to play a small clip of this. I'm not going to play the whole 2 or 3 minutes of it. So this is a student right here in Cypress College. So this story is about a professor at Cypress College, once again in California, shocking. And this student is talking about how he thinks police officers are heroes and, you know, they have a tough job and they save lives. And this professor, she is completely out of her mind. Update on this story. She has since been put on leave since this video went viral. I don't think the administrators at Cypress College like what she had to say. I don't think she's going to be teaching for the remainder of the year. Anyway, so I just took a small clip out of this. Listen to what she says. She tries to be all slick. This kid says something. Just watch.
Should, right?
Okay, so what is your bottom line point? You're saying police officers should be revered, viewed as heroes? They belong on TV shows with children?
I think they are heroes in a sense because they come to your need and they come and help you, and they have a problem just like every other business, but we should fix that. But I think they're heroes. Well, I think
that's the problem, is looking at it as a business. Because they're actually supposed to protect and serve the people.
They do protect us. Who do we call when we're in trouble and someone has a knife or a gun?
I wouldn't call the police.
Why wouldn't you call the police?
I don't trust them. My life's in more danger.
Who would you call?
In their presence.
Professor, who would you call?
I wouldn't call anybody.
Professor, who would you call?
I wouldn't call anybody.
Well, would you have, if someone intruded your house with a gun, what would you have a gun on you, or
no.
Who would you call?
It's my time to go.
Got him! Got him! Oh! Whoa! Whoa!
That was so great. She's I wouldn't call the police. My life is in more danger with the police there, so I wouldn't call the police. Well, Professor, what would you do if someone was at your house with a knife or a gun? Who would you call? Well, it's about time to wrap it up now. She had no answer. Just like, okay, all right. So, I got this one last clip here, and then I'm going to show you guys the clip that I saw last night that just came out. It's just sad. It's so sad that these teachers are... In full transparency, I don't have any children. How can I really say what I'd do if my kids were in school, if I had kids? Honestly, I hope and believe that I would somehow homeschool them and not send them away to what seems to be nothing but indoctrination into this woke insanity. But like I said, I don't have any kids, so I won't speak on the matter. So, all right. This is a principal speaking to somebody, talking about critical race theory, and this is crazy that this principal admits. Check this out.
The fact is that I'm agreeing with you that there has been a demonization that we need to get our hands around in the way in which people are doing this understanding.
Okay, so you agree that we're demonizing kids?
We're demonizing we're demonizing white people for being born.
And are some of our students white people?
What?
Are some of our students white people?
Yes.
Okay, so we're demonizing white kids. Why don't you just say it?
We are using language that makes them feel less than for nothing that they are personally responsible for.
Wow. So that last clip I played is from the Rubin Report. Dave Rubin, if you want to check out the whole video on it. It's on Dave Rubin's YouTube channel. I listened to it. It's pretty good. So this is the clip I was telling you about. So it says, look at what this cop had to deal with in LA. This is the environment we've created for demonizing police. So yeah, this is crazy. But like I said, the thing that stood out to me was this woman says she's a teacher. So this is body cam, and they don't have body cam footage for these officers yet. They're working on it. So this is his own private body cam footage. He released it himself. And all the personal information on this woman's blocked out. Her license plate, her face. I guess her son's in the car with it. It's all blocked out. Fox News found out who this woman was. Tried to contact her a few times to see if they could get a comment on why she said this stuff. Haven't gotten a hold of her yet, so they haven't released her identity. So it's all fine and good. Doesn't have any names or anything like that. So let's listen to this. This is so pathetic.
You know why I'm being harassed today? Because I was going under the speed limit. I was going at 38.
Yes, you are, ma'am. Good morning.
And the speed limit is 40, and I was going 38. So why are you harassing me?
You're correct. I pulled you over because
you're a murderer.
Yes,
I started to record because you're a murderer.
You can't be on your cell phone while you're driving.
I wasn't on my phone. I was recording you because you scared me.
You can't use your cell phone while you're recording.
You.
May I have your driver's license?
It's at my apartment.
What's your apartment?
It's at my home. I'm just taking my son to his.
Do you have your driver's license?
I mistakenly left it at home.
Do you have a picture of your driver's license?
Yes, I do.
May I have it?
And can you call your supervisor, please?
Because I already did. He's on his way.
Good, because you're a murderer.
Okay.
And so you're giving me a cell phone ticket? Is that why you're harassing me?
Not harassment. Yeah. I am enforcing the law.
I have a right to record the police when they're harassing me.
By all means, but you can't do it while you're driving.
I wasn't texting or none of that.
Do you have that picture?
You scared me and made me think you were going to murder me.
Okay, well, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Well, that's not just a feeling. You're a murderer.
Okay. Can you zoom in on that for me,
Sure.
Jim? Thank you.
And I'm perfectly legal, and I'm a teacher. So there.
Congratulations.
You're a murderer.
What's your last name? I can't see that there.
Well, here you go, murderer.
Stop shaking. Zoom in on that for me,
No, because you're scaring me. You're threatening to kill me and my son. Can you give me
the
well,
I'll tell you what, you keep smiling. You're on camera.
You're trying to threaten to kill me. I'm not smiling. You're the one who's crazy.
Hold that still. I can't see that. Is this your car?
Yes, it is. And you're trying to say I stole my own car because you're jealous?
Yeah,
is that what
I don't think
about?
so. You wait for me right here, okay?
You're jealous?
citation. All you need to do is your signature. He's only citing you for using your cell phone while you're driving. That's it. There you go, ma'am. Sign inside the red box right there.
For him being a Mexican racist, what is...
Okay, I'm not going to play the end of this. She just starts calling him a bunch of, like, racist names and saying a bunch of hateful racist stuff. But did you hear right in the middle of it? Yep, and I'm a teacher. He said, good for you, ma'am. How disgusting. How disgusting. All right, I'm just going to end the video right there. Listen, I made a video about this just before I made this one, but I had a copyright. It would have been a copyright strike because there was a clip in it that was another crazy teacher's clip, but for some reason I had a copyright of it. So I took that out, but I could make this video 3 or 4 hours long with all the stuff I found on the internet when I was looking up some of these stories. It's so insane what these teachers believe, how they're pushing those beliefs onto students. They can believe what they want, but to push these beliefs onto students, to behave the way they believe in public, to treat police officers the way they do, to say the things they do to the students and the parents, something needs to change. I mean, so many parents are just going to start pulling their kids out of public schools, either sending them to private schools or homeschooling them, that schools are just going to crumble. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching the video. I appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Become a part of the greatest community on the YouTubes. If you like the video, leave me a thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you guys think. Like, what do you think of this whole thing? I don't know. Let me know if I'm being too dramatic here. I don't know. Is this the way it is now? I don't know. I feel like an old person seeing all this insanity because it wasn't how it was back when I was in high school in the early 90s, mid 90s. Anyway, guys, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. The world has gone crazy. Till next time. Peace.